Hello, my loves. This is Elizabeth Van Cleve, and today I am going to talk to you about 4 different things that you can do to help you stop comparing yourself with others. So if you're excited about this video, then please go ahead and hit that like button now. So the first thing I want you to understand that if you are making comparisons with somebody, it is usually because that person has things that you desire to have or is able to do things that you desire to be able to do and don't have or aren't able to do yet. The first thing that I need you to do is just acknowledge that and be okay with that. So just stop for a minute and really think about maybe somebody that you recently had compared yourself with, because comparison, we know, it is a thief of joy, and it definitely makes us feel icky inside. These things are exercises that I'm going to give you to do. It's going to help shift you out of that icky feeling and actually turn it into something more positive. And the first way that I have that you can do that is to sit down and really acknowledge that. Okay, who am I binge watching and scrolling through and comparing myself with? Maybe in my the way my home is kept, or the way my body looks, or the way I run my business, or the way my relationships are. Whatever it might be, who am I scrolling and comparing myself with, and then coming away and feeling badly about? What I want you to do, first of all, is stop scrolling through that. As long as you can scroll through it and feel positive and be inspired by that person, then that's fine. But as soon as you feel less than, as soon as you start to shrink, as soon as you start to feel icky emotions, you're walking away feeling, I need to do this and I need to do that and I'm not enough, then you need to start really tuning into that and saying, you know what, I need to turn this off. I need to quit looking at this. I need to quit scrolling this. I need to quit thinking about it, get my mind on something else, do something else, completely pivot my mind away from this, because it isn't right now doing me any good. Now, after you've done that, and after you've kind of removed yourself from those icky feelings, you can come back to these people that you tend to compare yourself with when you feel better, and get a piece of paper or a journal and just start writing down the things that you are comparing yourself with in a way of seeing what you really want. So what are you desiring that they have that you want in your life? So it might be that you've been comparing yourself to their business and that they are making more money than you are. So you would write down, I want to make more income. I want to make it as define it as much as you want. You could say, I want to be able to make $10,000 a month, or I want to be able to make have a six-figure business. And just start going through each of the things and pinpointing the things that you're desiring. I want to be in better health. I want to be able to go to the gym on a regular basis. Maybe you see somebody that's really in shape and you want to have that kind of muscle and that kind of, feel in shape and energetic, and you see that they go to the gym regularly. And maybe you're somebody that doesn't feel like you have the time or the money to do that. Well, write it down. Not that you don't feel like you have the time or the money, but write down what it is that you're desiring. I would love to be able to have a membership to the gym and go work out on a regular basis. And really think about what you want, as long as it feels good. Because the subtle thing in this is not shifting into, oh, this is what I want because then this will make me feel worthy of love or feel like I'm good enough. Because comparison has its roots in good enough. And I have another video on jealousy and how to overcome jealousy, and I'll put a link to that down in the description if you want to watch that video after this one. And it talks about those icky feelings that really accompany being jealous of somebody. But in the comparison mode, when you're not feeling icky, when you can sit down and feel good about it and just really think about, well, what do I want? What is it that they have or that they can do that I would like to do, or that they have that I want? And make a big list. So now you have clarity more about what you truly want in your life. Because in life, we're always expanding, and having lists of things, of new goals or new things that we would like to do or achieve that feel good to us is wonderful to have. That's a first place to start in manifesting what you truly desire is writing down what you truly desire. So this next thing that I am going to tell you that you can do is a mindset shift. And I actually got this idea from a law of attraction coach that's here on YouTube, on Andrea Schulman. And she's one of my favorite law of attraction coaches. And she talks about overcoming jealousy by looking at something that's coming, like that somebody has something that you want, as that you've manifested that into your reality. So if you can shift from that feeling of, oh, look what they have and I don't, to look what I manifested. I manifested somebody so close to me, right across the street, or a good friend or whatever, that actually has, it actually shows the potential to be able to have that. I've manifested, because that's owning everything in our life, right? One of the main foundational key concepts of law of attraction is that you have to own everything in your life. Everything you feel, you got to get away from the blame. So when you are able to say, oh, I manifested that into my reality, and rejoice in that, and say to yourself, well, because I've manifested it over here, it's closer to me, and pretty soon I'm going to actually manifest it right inside my own life and reality. So you're thinking of it, it is in your reality, but you've manifested seeing somebody else do it. But the next step is you're going to manifest seeing you do it. And that is something to rejoice about. Now, this next step is to shift your mind again from the comparison, and that is to shift it onto you. And comparing, we've heard the old adage of, don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to how far you've come. And this is actually really powerful when you apply it. It's easy to read these little memes and go, yeah, I've come a long way, and then move on. But if you can make a habit of every day in your journaling, or even if you speak it out loud, or just decide you're going to have a certain time of day, you're going to sit down and you're going to reflect on how far you've come, what you've accomplished, looking at even a past self, even a month ago or a year ago, or even further down the line, and saying, wow, I have made so much progress. Look how much I've grown. Look how much I've learned. Look how much I've matured. Look how much wisdom I've gained. I mean, there's so many ways that we grow and expand all the time. And when we can start writing them down and paying attention to our own growth, then we're making a very positive comparison. And that is the comparison of where we used to be to where we are today. Now, I do have one more powerful tip to share with you on how to get past comparing yourself with other people. But before I do, I wanted to share with you a little bit about my daily cauldron that I created, and how this really helps me to get myself front and center of my life. So I called it the Daily Cauldron because it's about mixing up a magical day. It's about tuning in first thing in the morning to how you're feeling emotionally, mentally, and physically, and thinking about how you would rather feel, or if you feel really good, how you can enhance that. And then really setting your intentions for the day of how you want that day to feel or go. And from there, it's just a very simple outline that you would follow. It takes maybe 15 to 20 minutes to fill this out. And I'm telling you, it is a game changer. This daily cauldron will really help your life to suddenly feel so much more centered, so much more calm, so much more magical. And you'll feel at the end of the day like when you can look back and look at everything that you checked off that was even written in there from a place of love and joy and power. And you can look at everything you checked off, and you can refer to it throughout the day to help you stay centered and feel so good about the progress that you are making in life and the magic that you're creating out of your own life experience. And if you're interested in this, you can get your copy on Amazon. I will leave a link below in the comments. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be updated whenever I bring content like this back to the platform. So the next tip I have for you, I recently did a short on, and that is how to become your own inner cheerleader. So instead of being an inner critic, you start shifting into an inner cheerleader, and this takes practice. Most people that I work with have a very powerful inner critic. They constantly put themselves down or compare themselves to others or always feel like they haven't done enough, all those types of things. So cultivating an inner cheerleader has been so powerful for me. And it's just simple. It's just simply saying things like, when I go to make my bed, good job, Liz. When I've made a good dinner, yum. When I get a good idea, great idea, Liz. Actually saying it out loud if you can to yourself. So some of the other things that I wrote down is way to go, that's wise, how clever, what a great idea. So, different times when you're doing things throughout the day, just stop and just give yourself a little bit of a pat on the back through your inner dialogue. And you can write it down, you could say it out loud, you can look in the mirror. That's a powerful way to say it and say, you're doing a great job, I'm so proud of you. And completely be this inner critic and bolstering yourself up. One of the reasons why we tend to compare ourselves to others is because we have an inner turmoil going on about not being enough. And we hear or see people giving praise to certain individuals, and this is why, oh wow, look how much money you made, oh wow, look how great shape you're in, or look what you accomplished, and all this attention goes on to that person, and let us give you money, let us give you praise. And so we're like feeling a little hungry for a little praise ourselves or a little attention. But you know what? You can actually give that to yourself, and it's actually way more satisfying when you learn to do that. It is so satisfying, and that's where I work with my clients and help my clients in such powerful ways to really, really nail down your queendom experience, to really nail down your self-love, not just, I'm gonna love myself, but really get nuanced in how that is going to be played out in your day-to-day life in powerful ways. And if you're interested in working with me, there is a link down in the comments where you can schedule that today. Do you have something that you do that helps you to get past comparing yourself? Share it with others down in the comments. And if you're going to try one of these suggestions, I would love to hear about it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, please.